Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. Who is the greatest female rapper of all time? Let's talk about it.
So baby, tell me what's up. Can we ascend to higher heights, and when the path gets rough, we can get into brighter nights, breathe with peace. It's found by leaps and soul to reap our souls to keep the passions deep and filled with.
Here's my disclaimer. No dead rappers. For me, Jonny Fastlane, anytime I make a list of any kind of rappers or greatest rappers ever or whatever, I never put any dead rappers on there. That's no Biggie, no Tupac, no nothing. Because it's not fair. Everybody's always going to say Biggie is the greatest rapper of all time. It's not fair. So for my list here, no dead female rappers. That excludes automatically off the top Left Eye. I got it narrowed down to 33 female rappers. We're going to sort through them and figure out who the greatest female rapper of all time is. What makes a rapper great? Okay, let's check off a few boxes. First of all, you gotta have bars. Straight up and down, you gotta know how to rap. Period. You gotta know how to ride a beat. 2, the ability to make hits. So just because you can spit and you can bar us to death doesn't mean that you can make a hit. Number 3, do you write for yourself? Number 4, consistency. How long you been in the game? Did you ever fall off? Did you come back? Have you been consistent for a very long time? Number 5, who did you put on? A lot of female rappers back in the day came up under crews, like Charlie Baltimore came up with Murder Inc. or Eve came up with the Rough Riders. But did any female rappers put other rappers on, whether male or female? Number 6, crossover. Have you crossed over into the commercial space? Have you started doing movies? And then number 7, performance. Literally, how is your stage presence? Okay, right off the bat, do you write your own rhymes? So, my list of 33 goes down to 30. I'm getting rid of Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, and Cardi B. You can't be the greatest female rapper of all time if you don't write your own rhyme. So, they're out of here. Barty Gang, don't kill me. I know that Cardi B is fire. She's just not the greatest of all time. I'm a student of the game, so I'm jumping around here. I'm going through all generations. I'm going through all genres. I'm talking about female rappers from the early 90s to female rappers that came out yesterday. So yeah, I'm talking about Roxanne Shante and the City Girls. We're down to 30 female rappers. Now, let's talk hits. You got 2 categories. On one hand, you have the one-hit wonders, and then on the other hand, you have female rappers that are good at rapping but just can't make a hit. So, let's get rid of the one-hit wonders right now. That's Kaya, Krayshawn, Queen Pen, Lady of Rage. Y'all are out of here. And you know, I gotta give an honorary shout out to Roxanne Shante. She was the very first female rapper back in the 80s when she was 14, but she only had that one hit, so you're gone. What about female rappers who have never had a hit, but they're just really, really, really good MCs? You've got Jean Grey, Gangsta Boo, LaChat, Mia X, and Vita, who used to be down with Rough Riders. She also played that girl in Belly when Keisha called up that girl and was like, "You fucking with Buns?" And she was like, "I sucked his dick the night before last." So that narrows it down to 20 female rappers now. Top 20. Young M.A. Young M.A. is kind of funny. Young M.A. is from my city, and I love her. And everybody from Brooklyn, I want to put as number 1, period. But it's like she had that one hit, but she's a really good rapper too. So, I mean, you got to have hits and you got to know how to rhyme. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That brings us to 19 rappers. So, let's go ahead and narrow it down a little bit more. This list of rappers are rappers who were hot during their time They could spit. They got more than one song, but they just didn't last, or no one's even really talking about them right now in the conversation. So, right off the bat, we got to get rid of Rah Digga. Now, Rah Digga is probably one of the nicest female rappers to touch the mic. She's from Jersey. She was down with Busta Rhymes and Flipmo. But today, nobody even really talks about her at all. Little Mama, another female MC who's dope, who's good. She even had crossover potential, but she just didn't stick the landing. Da Brat. Da Brat was fire, yo. Coming out of Chicago. She was down with Jermaine Dupri. She had a lot of hits, but she's faded away. Shawnna. Shawnna was down with Ludacris, disturbing the peace. Shawnna even had her run. But today, nobody talks about Shawnna at all. Dej Loaf. Dej Loaf, she had a couple joints too. She even had a whole mixtape with her and Jaquaz. But today, where the hell is Dej Loaf at? And it hurts me to say, this is probably one of my favorite female rappers of all time, but Charlie Baltimore. She had hits. She's nice. She's from Philly. But, right now, she kind of faded away. So that brings us down to 13 rappers left. Top 13. Here's my disclaimer. I said we're down to 13 rappers, but really it's 13 acts, because 2 of those acts out of the 13 are groups. One group is Salt and Pepper. The other group is the City Girls. But for purposes of this video, the City Girls is one entity and Salt and Pepper is one entity. So we're down to 13 rappers. I do think that Young Miami is better than JT, and I do think that Salt is better than Pepper. But we're going to judge each group as an individual. So we're down to 13 rappers. Let's talk consistency. Consistency is, have you dedicated your career to hip hop, or mostly to hip hop? Let's knock down 3 of these 13 so we can have a top 10. Now, Lady Luck, spitter, hits, she's a beast. She could probably battle a lot of men, but she hasn't been too consistent when it comes to hip hop. So she's out. Eve. Eve is one of the nicest rappers to ever touch the mic. I don't care. She used to be called a pit bull in a skirt. She came up on Rough Riders under DMX. She was nice. But you're rapping, you had like a good maybe 4 or 5 year run. You went overseas, you married some billionaire, then you started doing like some morning talk show, and now you want to get back into rap with Gwen Stefani. So, I mean, you can't just dip and dabble in the hip hop. I mean, you got to be about this. So, Eve, you're gone. Next, we have the City Girls. Now, the City Girls, the only reason why I'm knocking them off this list as far as consistency goes is just because they came out yesterday, so I don't know if they're consistent or not. I mean, right now we're in the time that they're hot, so, they're out. And that leaves us with 10 female rappers. Let's break it down. Salt and Pepper, Rhapsody, Trina, Rico Nasty, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, Remy Ma, aka Remy Martin, and Nicki Minaj. Crossover. Which one of these top 10 rappers have not crossed over? Basically, to be honest with you, it boils down to who's not as famous as the other one. Now, before you get it all messed up, fame does not equal the fact that you are a good rapper. Because if that was the case, one of the most famous female rappers out there, Cardi B, would have made it this far, and she has not. So it is not all about fame, but fame does have a lot to do with it. Because it depends on who you reach. How many households are you in? How many earphones are you in? So with that being said, I got to get rid of Rhapsody. She's number 10. Now, Rhapsody is a dope MC. She's like a female Kendrick Lamar. She has great substance in her music, great beats, a few hits, and she can spit. But a lot of y'all don't even know about Rhapsody. Y'all should go look her up. Right now, what I'm saying to y'all is y'all should go look up Rhapsody. Because a lot of y'all don't even know who I'm talking about. So she can't be the best female rapper of all time. She's from North Carolina. Number 9. We got to get rid of Rico Nasty. She's been rapping for about 3 years now. When she first started, they called her like the female Lil Yachty. But ever since then, she's really stepped her bars up. Her energy on the track is crazy. She's from the DMV. And I got to get rid of her for the same reason I'm getting rid of Rhapsody. Because even though she made it this far and she's got hits, a lot of y'all don't really know who Rico Nasty is yet. So she has to go. Next, probably one of my favorite female rappers of all time, we got to get rid of Remy Ma. Now, the only reason why we're getting rid of Remy Ma is because she wasn't home to really cultivate her audience. So though she's a dope MC, though she has more than one hit, though she can make good songs, it's like she doesn't have a real core fan base. People like her music when they hear it, but I don't really run into like a Remy Ma fan like that. So she has to go. That leaves us with 7. Who did you put on? Now, out of this 7, 5 of these young ladies really put other artists on. 2 of them didn't. So let's get rid of 2 of them and narrow it down to a top 5. First, Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper were dope and they made it this far. Classic, legends. But to be honest with you, I don't know another rapper, actor, R&B artist, or anybody that they put on. They were good, but it seems like they were just keeping it all in the family. So they gotta go. And I gotta get rid of MC Lyte for that same exact reason. Dope solo artist, good rapper, but she never put anybody on. That leaves us with the top 5 greatest female rappers of all time. Not in any order yet. Queen Latifah. She's crossed over to movies, TV shows. She's had hits. She's a legend. She employed a lot of black actors on Living Single. She's definitely top 5 greatest female rappers of all time. Trina. Spit bars, great songs, dope-ass stage performance. She put the City Girls on. She put Rick Ross on. She put Flo Rida on. And she worked with DJ Khaled back in the day. Lauryn Hill. She's put Prizewell on. She's put Wyclef on. She was part of the legendary Fugees. She has a lot to do with John Forte's career. Cannabis. You name it. Lauryn Hill, definitely top 5 female MC. Missy Elliott. Commercial crossover. She's worked with Timbaland and Magoo. She put Sierra on. She put Genuine on. Missy Elliott, top 5 greatest female MCs of all time. Nicki Minaj. Gave a huge cosign to 6ix9ine. She's put Lil Wayne back in the game when Lil Wayne was starting to fade out. She helped Drake's career. She helped Beyonce cross over from R&B to a little bit more hip-hop. She's made Birdman a millionaire. She's made Eminem relevant again. So definitely top 5 female rapper. Stage performance. Last but not least, let's talk about it. Now, Lauryn Hill, whenever she gets on stage, her performance is good. But how often does she even show up for her own show? I remember a story from years ago where she had the crowd waiting for like 2 hours and then she didn't even show up. There's been other times that she does show up to her performance, but she's drunk or, just off or whatever. So, Lauryn Hill, you gotta go. She is number 5 as the 5th best female rap artist in the world. Number 4, Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah is a dope MC. She's a dope songstress. But her performance is geared more towards acting rather than music. So for that reason, we got to get rid of Queen Latifah. That narrows it down to the top 3 greatest female rappers of all time. So this is just all straight up my opinion. I love Trina. Trina, you're number 3. Greatest female rapper of all time. Missy Elliott, you're number 2. Greatest female rapper of all time. So you guys know, number 1, the best female rapper of all time has to go to Nicki Minaj. She's a beast. She's won a bunch of awards. She's been consistent for 10 years now. She's rap battled Remy Ma and won. Well, that's debatable. She's like the female Wheezy. She's nice, writes all her own rhymes. Even Ice-T said if you put Nicki Minaj on a Premier beat, she'll kill it. No matter what. So that's what I think. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Nicki Minaj is the greatest female rapper of all time. Peace.